Get ready for another wild ride through Reddit. Today we're exploring our /Lifeprotips with 8 absolutely incredible stories. These posts had everyone talking, and I know you're going to love them. Hit like if you're excited. This story is titled LPT, Don't Just Take Photos of Your Parents' Loved Ones Smiling at the Camera. Record videos of them doing absolutely nothing, posted by you/Tyfully. We have a million photos of our loved ones posing, smiling, or blowing out candles. But when people pass away, the things you actually miss are the things photos can't capture. You miss the sound of their voice. You miss the way they walk. You miss the way they laugh at their own bad jokes. Do this today. Next time you are with your parents or grandparents, just take a casual 30-second video of them cooking, folding laundry, or just drinking coffee, and talking about their day. Don't make them pose. Just capture them existing. One day, that boring 30-second clip of them just being themselves will be the most valuable thing you own. This story is titled LPT. If you want to actually keep your weekends free, set a weekly 15-minute future chaos check on Friday mornings, posted by you/Loficos1999. Our next story is equally fascinating. This started as something I did out of pure desperation. Because every weekend I kept discovering some forgotten task that ruined my plans. A bill I forgot to pay, an email I never answered, a return I needed to drop off, a form I forgot to submit. None of them were big things on their own. But they kept sneaking into my Saturdays and Sundays like tiny gremlins. I felt like no matter how organized I tried to be, some random responsibility would jump out and eat an hour of my day. So, I decided to try a small experiment that accidentally changed everything. Every Friday morning, before I open my real work, I set a 15-minute timer called Future Chaos Check. The rule is simple. I quickly scan all the places where little tasks like to hide. My messages, my email drafts, my notes app, my fridge door, my calendar, the pile of stuff near the door, my bank notifications. I am not allowed to fix the problem during the check unless it takes less than 1 minute. The goal is not solving everything at once, but catching the stuff my brain would otherwise forget until Saturday. It works because I am looking with a specific question in mind, which is what small thing will absolutely annoy me this weekend if I ignore it today. It shocked me how effective it was. Instead of my weekend getting ambushed by a surprise pharmacy pickup, or a last-minute reminder that I promised to send a document, I catch all that on Friday when I still have weekday energy. Sometimes I just throw the task onto my calendar for next week. Sometimes I do 2 or 3 tiny fixes and suddenly everything feels lighter. What surprised me most is how little time it takes. 15 minutes felt arbitrary at first. But it is just enough time to surface the nonsense without sinking into it. Now, my weekends feel like weekends again. I am not starting Saturday in a panic because I forgot something. I am not spending Sunday afternoon dealing with boring chores that could have been handled earlier. It feels weirdly luxurious to give my future self this small gift every week. If you want to keep your free days actually free, build a tiny ritual that stops the chaos from rolling forward. It is shocking how big of a difference something so small can make. This story is titled LPT, Cancel Your ISP by Going to the Store, posted by you/Victim Johnson. Moving on to our next incredible story. Many people who have tried to cancel can tell you that they will keep you on the phone as long as possible to try to trick you into staying. It happened to me years ago, so I gathered my equipment, took it to their store, walked in, and loudly said, "I would like to cancel my internet service." A salesman ran over as quickly as possibly and pulled me away from the potential customers, and I was out of there in about 2 minutes, no exaggeration. Obviously it isn't limited to canceling ISPs. But I think there are a lot of people who can relate to that example. This story is titled LPT Keep a Cooler in Your Car Trunk for the Grocery Store, posted by you/Isatsetowombo. Our next tale is absolutely wild. You can keep your cold food colder while you're transporting them from the store to your house. It also allows you to more effectively plan your stops. Because now the grocery store doesn't have to be the last stop before home. If you already have a cooler, it's likely just sitting around, right? Just toss it in the trunk, it'll still be around when you need it for other purposes. This story is titled LPT, Protect Your Focus by Scheduling Fake Meetings with Yourself, posted by you/Lonely Noya. Our next tale is absolutely wild. Shared work calendars can be the biggest productivity killer because anyone can drop something into your day. One of the easiest ways to avoid this is to block out time on your calendar as if you were in a real meeting. Use those blocks for deep work, planning, writing, anything that requires uninterrupted focus. People are far less likely to disturb you when you look busy on the calendar. It keeps your day organized and helps you stay ahead instead of constantly reacting to other people's priorities. This story is titled LPT, Build One Identity Anchor into Your Morning. It will change everything, posted by you/Stereo3. Let's jump into another amazing story. An identity anchor is a tiny action that reminds you who you're trying to become. Examples. Read one paragraph of a book that matches your future self. Make your bed with intention instead of autopilot. Set a 5-minute timer and sit in silence. Do one small disciplined action before checking your phone. The trick is consistency, not difficulty. A stable identity anchor rewires more of your behavior than motivation ever will. This story is titled LPT, Keep a Diary, posted by you/Cheliot. This next tale takes us in a completely different direction. I wish I had started doing this basically as soon as I could write. I'm not saying you should write down your innermost thoughts, but of course you can. I'm just talking about mundane things. Many times I've wanted to recall when I did some particular thing, or the name of a restaurant, or whatever. And been frustrated. Admittedly, I have a terrible memory, but someday, you will, too. What year did I visit my sister in Seattle? And what was the name of the restaurant she took me to? When did I get the starter motor in my car replaced? Is it still within the 1-year warranty? When did my girlfriend get in that car wreck? When were those terrible fires, and law? Where was that great beach? You get the idea. Just a line per day, or even per week, can be useful years later. I keep mine in a simple note-taking app, breaking it up into a separate note for each year. And of course I make sure it's backed up. This story is titled LPT, Household Window Replacements, posted by you/Mango3154. And now for our final story of today. Hey folks! I find a ton of useful stuff here, and I just got the chance to finally share. If you ever find yourself in a position where glass on household windows gets cracked, don't despair. I had a window crack over the weekend, and conceded to the thought that I was looking at a $100 $0+ full window unit replacement. Then, along came a friendly handyman that recommended I reach out to a local auto glass shop to see if they offer replacement services. Now, in a short 7 days I'll have new double-pane glass where I suffered a crack for just $200. What an incredible collection of stories we had today. Reddit never ceases to amaze me. Like and subscribe for more Reddit story compilations. Until next time, take care.